Hi everyone, welcome back to WesKnows Tech News and Reviews. Today I've got a mega comparison to show you. So today we'll be comparing three watches. So first of all, we've got the Huawei Watch Fit. So you know everything about this watch. Huge AMOLED display, GPS, actually dual inbuilt GPS, and now it can actually do continuous SpO2 tracking. And then of course we've got the all-famous Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. So this is a very budget smartwatch. You can get it for under $100, and it's claimed to fame that as of the 4th of March 2021, it actually has Alexa. So there we go. That's the main comparison. And then I've actually brought along a third watch. So this watch is the Xiaomi Mi Watch Lite. So I actually brought this along more as a bonus comparison because it does have inbuilt GPS. It can track your sleep, your heart rate, so I thought I'll just have it in there just in case, because I don't have a very budget tracker that has GPS. So I thought I'll just include it into this bunch. There is a lot to get through today, so I'm not gonna stretch it out. Let's just get into it. Let's look at the numbers and let's compare, let's test, let's see where these watches take us. If you are new to WesKnows Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. So what we'll actually be checking today is we'll be looking at the sleep. We'll be talking about the resting heart rate during the sleep. Then we'll talk about the GPS, we'll compare the three watches, we'll compare the GPS readings that they show, and then we're going to be talking about the heart rate during the trip where we measured the GPS. Now I know that there are basically two camps of viewers out there. Some of you absolutely love Huawei and Honor watches. On the other hand, some of the people really enjoy the Amazfit and the Xiaomi watches. Well, considering that we've got the Amazfit on one side, we've got the Huawei on the other side, and then we've got the Xiaomi Mi Watch Lite as a bonus in the middle, I think this will be a very interesting test and comparison. Now, as the benchmark for GPS, I actually used my Samsung S10 as well as my iPhone 12 GPS. So that will be the benchmark for the GPS distance. In regards to resting heart rate, I've actually used a medical grade SpO2 as well as a heart rate ring. So that ring is a medical grade device which can measure your SpO2 continuously as well as your resting heart rate. Anyway, let's get into it. If we're going to be talking about sleep, it's about last night. So I was up till 4 a.m. and there is a reason for that. Now, I don't know if many of you know about Clubhouse, but I've actually joined just recently, and wow, it's keeping me busy at those times when I should be sleeping. Anyway, so I went to sleep somewhere just before 4 a.m. But I know when I woke up exactly because my alarm was set for 9:15 a.m. Now, the O2 ring, so the medical grade device, has actually showed my resting heart rate at 67 beats per minute during last night. Let's look at Huawei Watch Fit, then we'll have a look at the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and then we'll see what the Mi Watch Lite have actually recorded. Now, if we talk about Huawei Watch Fit, it showed that I fell asleep at 3:53 a.m. and I woke up at 9:14 a.m. Now, that's very sharp. In regards to sleep cycles, we can see that they are very sharply defined and outlined, and that is good. Now, if we talk about the resting heart rate, then we see 67 beats per minute. So what can we say? That's spot on. It's on par with the O2 ring, where the resting heart rate was also recorded as 67 beats per minute. Let's have a look at the GTS 2 Mini. So the Mini actually recorded that I went to sleep at 4:01 a.m., which is right, and my rise time was 8:22 a.m. Now that is not right because we know that I woke up at 9:15 a.m. But there is a positive, the sleep cycles are also well defined. The resting heart rate was actually recorded at 65 beats per minute. Now we know that the O2 ring has actually given us 67 beats per minute, so there is a variance of 2 beats per minute on average. Not major, but there is a difference. When we talk about the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini and the Huawei Watch Fit, you will notice that not only do you see 3 sleep stages, your deep, your light, and REM sleep, you also see a sleep score. In regards to that sleep score, you can actually break it down. There's a lot of scientific research actually given to you to explain to you what you should do to improve that sleep quality of yours. Now, I'm saying this because we're going to be looking at the Mi Watch Lite now, and you will notice that there are only 2 sleep stages available, so your deep and your light. Now, the Mi Watch Lite has actually recorded me going to sleep at 3:53 a.m., same as the Huawei Watch Fit, and that I woke at 8:37 a.m. Also, quite a bit off, but closer than the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. Now, if we look at the sleep cycles recorded by the Mi Watch Lite, we see a problem. First of all, your deep and light sleep is sort of intermixed all together, jumbled up through the night, and of course we don't see any REM sleep. Another issue which I found with the Mi Watch Lite, I was all over the app and I just couldn't find anywhere where the resting heart rate was recorded. Now this is quite a huge omission, so I'm not sure, should it be on the app, should it be on the watch, but it should be at least somewhere. Anyway, I think we're done with the sleep analysis and the resting heart rate, and as a summary we can see that the Huawei Watch Fit with its true sleep technology is very good, and we've seen this in all the prior tests as well. The true sleep, Huawei true sleep technology is very sharp and very good. Another positive with the Huawei Watch Fit is that the resting heart rate is on par with the medical grade device. So I think the clear winner here is the Huawei Watch Fit. In second place, we've got the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. Even though the awake time was slightly off, we do like the fact that you do get your sleep score. It's broken down, it's explained to you, and there are recommendations about how to improve your sleep quality. Mi Watch Lite comes into third place because the awake and the bedtimes were off, and as well as that, you only get 2 sleep stages, and I just couldn't find the resting heart rate. So let's move on to the GPS as well as the activity heart rate. Let me tell you about the GPS exercise or the GPS workout. So what I did, I went for a lengthy walk, like really 2 hours and 50 minutes wise. So the total distance covered in those 2 hours and 50 minutes was 9.3 kilometers as measured on my iPhone 12 as well as my Samsung S10. So I've run the Polar Beat app on both smartphones and it was spot on, 9.3 kilometers on both. So that is the true GPS distance. Now, in the time that I was actually doing that walk, I had 3 watches on me. And of course, the main competitors are the Huawei Watch Fit, the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and as the bonus, we've got the Mi Watch Lite. Now, a funny thing happened to the Huawei Watch Fit is that after about 2 hours and 4 minutes, it just stopped. The GPS recording stopped. I think the reason behind that is that I actually ducked into a shop to get some water. I didn't expect that the GPS would just stop working, right? It could have been paused and then reinstated, but no, it just stopped. Now, with the Mi Watch Lite, as well as the GTS 2 Mini, no such issue. It just continued tracking the distance until I got back to my car. But thankfully in the Polar Beat app you can actually track your whole distance based on time. Now we can see that with the Huawei Watch Fit, the watch stopped recording, though the GPS has actually stopped recording after 2 hours and 4 minutes. So if we look at the Polar Beat and we track back the route, so at 2 hours and 4 minutes we should have walked 7.77 kilometers. Now Huawei Watch Fit is showing us 7.24 kilometers, so that gives us a variance of 530 meters or 6.8%, or 6.8% understatement. So let's have a look at what the Amazfit GTS gave us. Now we know that it tracked the whole distance and the whole time of 2 hours and 50 minutes, and we actually got 9.04 kilometers, while both smartphones gave us 9.3 kilometers. So that's a tiny difference of just 260 meters, or 2.8%, but over nearly 10 kilometers. I think that's a very good result. The GTS 2 Mini actually recorded the average heart rate at 107 beats per minute, while the max was 133 beats per minute. With the Huawei Watch Fit, the average was 108 and the max 134. So you can see they're almost on par. They are so close. Well, let's have a look what the Mi Watch Lite came up with. The Mi Watch Lite actually also lasted the whole 2 hours and 50 minutes, but it gave us quite a small distance of just 8.38 kilometers, and that's a variance of 920 meters, or nearly a kilometer out of the 10 kilometers. So that's a variance of 9.9%. That's quite a bit. Now, the average heart rate measured by the Mi Watch Lite was lower than both the Huawei and the Amazfit. It was 105 beats per minute, while the max is actually over 10% higher than either the Huawei or the Amazfit. The max, as measured by the Mi Watch Lite, gave us 149 beats per minute. You know what? Let's summarize the results. So what are we actually seeing? In regards to GPS, I didn't expect the Huawei Watch Fit to sort of stop recording after, well, 2/3 of the way. But even though it did, it's okay. We can still figure out that the variance is 6.8%, and it's actually an understatement of 6.8%. Is that good or bad? Well, it's up to you to decide. I don't think it's terribly much off, but it is off by more than the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, which actually covered 2 hours and 50 minutes, and it covered 9.3 kilometers. The variance there is 2.8%, which is much better than the Huawei. In regards to the Mi Watch Lite, well, once again, I'm quite disappointed because it is quite a cheap tracker. It is under 50 pounds and it's under 50 bucks. And its claim to fame is that in such a cheap tracker, it does manage to get dual inbuilt GPS. Well, yeah, but having a difference or variance of 10%, that's a bit too hefty. But anyway, so that's our comparison for today. Thanks for watching this comparison. If you did like it, then drop us a like. And if you want to see more of the same, if you want to see more deep dives, tutorials, how-tos, news, updates, etc., then please hit the red subscribe button below the video. And I'll see you in the next one.